So we got quad witching next next Friday. So for people that don't know what quad witching is, every quarter, so like every March, June, September, and December, the third week of power hour. So it's supposed to be power hour of that third week. So so this week going into the 18th. So the 18th of June at 3 p.m. all contracts expire at the same time. So futures contracts, options contracts, everything. So it creates a lot of volatility. So since they all expiring, most people don't hold contracts until the week of expiry. So contracts, they sell them contracts, or the stock, it's just expected to be a lot of volatility. So a lot of people get out of their positions. Hedge funds close a lot of positions because of the possible volatility. But sometimes it doesn't happen. But in June, it normally happens, and it's pretty substantial, right? So we're expecting for the market to sell off at some point this week. Now, although quad witching starts, quad witching is for 1 hour. It's that Friday at 3 p.m. power hour. But the smart money, they get out of the market before it starts. So a lot of times what happens is it may happen the week of, it may happen Monday, maybe Tuesday. We may wait until Friday, and it may not happen until later on in Friday. Or again, sometimes we may not get it, but a lot of people are prepared for it. What could possibly happen is, first, let me go to SPY real quick, and then we're going to get into earnings. So SPY, SPY tracks the S&P 500, right? The top 500 stocks in the New York Stock Exchange. And so this ETF it tracks that. And so SPY was looking good after hours on Friday. And I can go to another chart that'll show that, right? But right now, this is what SPY was doing. SPY got this wedge. We got this ascending wedge on SPY. SPY broke out of this ascending wedge, as you can see right here. Hold on. SPY broke out of the ascending wedge and is holding above that wedge. SPY actually is at, after hours, SPY went up to 424.4. It's pushing, the next price target for SPY is 425. And so SPY wants to run. We may get a nice run on SPY from Monday, but what you don't want to, like, as far as talking about bull flags, I mean, not bull flags, bull traps and stuff like that, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but SPY looked like it wants to run. I hope SPY runs on Monday. And, but yeah, so, and we still got companies that have earnings. So we're going to have some companies that do well during quad witching. But a lot of us and a lot of the market, they're in SPY puts for quad witching. I'm gonna give y'all an example. I'm gonna show y'all something just so y'all know what's going on. And again, I'm trying to keep this short, so I ain't gonna like ramble on too much, y'all. So don't worry about it. I ain't gonna ramble too much today. Hold on. Just gonna switch my screen so y'all can see. So yeah, for some reason, and I ain't gonna just say for some reason, but what we got going on right here for this week, the 18th, if you go down to SPY is at 424 right now, but if you go down to the SPY puts, now for people that don't know, puts are, when you're betting that the stock market is going to go down. So look at the this is alarming to me though. Still like this for the 400 puts, the 400 strike. For 618, we got on Friday, we had 27.5 thousand in volume. So that's how many contracts were bought and sold for this particular strike. And open interest, we got 148K. So 148,000 contracts are being held for this event. For this particular strike though, now we at 424. We at 424. SPY is up $424. It's people holding the $400 strike. What that means is they're betting that SPY is going to be at or below 400 by at some point before expiry. Now, just keep in mind, that's just the high level explanation for what the put or what the strike price represents. But SPY doesn't have to get all the way down to 400 for you to make money. Right now, it's so crazy. To buy this particular put right here, and I may get some on Monday because I'm looking at this price for this particular strike. And a lot of people sold their SPY puts, by the way. But look at this. $22 to buy this put. Now, if SPY does sell off at some point this week and was the drop, let's say SPY was the drop from 424 down to like 418. If SPY goes to 418, I guarantee this 400 put going to at least go up to like $70. So if you bought, and I'm not telling nobody to do this, I'm just giving you an example. So if you bought like the SPY put is going for $22. If you bought like 5 of them at this price right here, and then SPY drops down to like 418, and now these $22 puts are now $72. You made $50 per contract. You know what I mean? So they're not expecting. So I don't really believe that they're expecting for SPY to get down this far. I don't think the SPY is going to fall like this unless quad witching is real bad. Now, I believe part of the reason that a lot of people were waiting in them puts is because we were expecting for the Fed to say something bad, and the Fed didn't do that. He didn't raise interest rates. So a lot of people got out of these puts on Friday. I believe it was a lot more than 148K in puts on for this SPY 400 strike. So I may not even play SPY puts for this week, but one thing I am but we are in these TD. Let me switch over. But if I was to play SPY puts real quick, I'm just gonna say this. I would be playing the 420 strike. I like the 420 strike, but I love the 423 strike because SPY is at 424. I don't think SPY is gonna stay up at 424. Especially for quad witching. So you see on Friday, we had 26K in volume on this particular strike, the 423. And we got 8,000 in open interest. It may not be as much as these other strikes because they're cheaper, also. But I think this is the safest bet, or you get in the money puts, the actual 424 strikes, if you're going to play it. But I would wait to see how Monday goes and see how the market goes first. And then we can go from there if we're going to bet against the stock market this week, right? So, yeah, so I just wanted to point that out. So now we're going to go over to, do anybody got any questions about anything I just said? Cool. All right. So let's look at earnings. I guess let's go straight into earnings real quick. I should actually go straight into earnings. Hold on. Let me bring up my chart for a second. We're going to go straight into earnings. We don't have a lot of companies with earnings this week, but we got some, right? So on Monday, I'm not really familiar with a lot of these companies on here, to be honest. I got there's a few companies that stand out to me. On Monday, I'm not really familiar with any of these companies by just looking, but the companies that stand out to me, and we'll kind of go through them if y'all want to go through some of them, right? Oracle stands out, HR Block stands out, Lazy Boy stands out, this honest company stands out, Kroger stands out, Adobe is my top company on this list right now, and Smith & Wesson. I say Kroger, Adobe, and Smith & Wesson, and I like Oracle. So let me see. So out of all of these companies, I'm gonna go straight to Adobe. I think Adobe already ran up some, but let's look at Adobe real quick. Go to Adobe. See, Adobe broke out already. So this is the thing. Let me check something real quick. Sheesh. All right, so Adobe broke out. Adobe already broke out. So let me tell you why Adobe broke out though. Check this out. This was a nice breakout too, man. That chart looked good. Damn. What's up to my chart? All right. Adobe had this wedge right here, right? Or this trend, I'm not drawing this wedge how it should be drawn, but just bear with me, y'all. This thing kind of broke out. It was a few, it was really some flags actually that I see in here. I gotta be on point because Salim on here, you know how to draw these lines himself. So I gotta make sure I'm on point with what I'm doing. So y'all see what's up. Look, check this out. I see, so there was some bull flags, right? That took place here. And let's start from, what the hell is going on with my chart? I mean, with my lines. All right, this is what we're going to do. So trends, you know, when we talk about support and resistance doesn't have to always go up and down. Sometimes you get channels, right? And so you'll have a stock moving in a certain channel. And so here, this was a channel. Now, on this, and there was actually something else in here. I'm just going to keep it high level for now, right? And this is not right. Hold on. Price actually, bro, this was actually a cool channel, to be honest. It actually had a few. I'm gonna keep it simple. And actually, I'm gonna stick with the most recent one. Let's do that, so we can actually do it like this. Be straight up. That's what I got. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm having some technical difficulties over here. But yeah, all right. So look, so you see price, and I'm on a daily chart right now. I can show this in so many ways, but let's look at this. So this was price was trending, and this price was consolidating in this channel. It wasn't for too long, but if I was watching this play, I would have been like, you know, if price breaks out above, you know, if it breaks out above here, I wouldn't need price to really break out for me to believe in this play, right? I'd have been like, okay, this channel, this is a down channel, but I would have saw, you know, if price breaks out of this trend here, I'd have had something like here, maybe. If price broke out of here, then I'm jumping into play, right? But if price did, like, when you have a setup like this, a bull flag setup, this is crazy, but if you have a bull flag setup or something like that, it's so many ways to look at it. If price breaks out of here, and it holds, you're not waiting for any confirmation or anything. If price breaks out of here, you take the trade and it runs. If price falls back below here, like right here, immediately, I like to do it like this. Hold up, make this simple, simplify this. Do it like this. Entry here. I want my stop loss to be tight on something like this though, because I'm gonna tell you why in a second. So I want my stop to be like really far, like right there, right below, at like not even a whole dollar below. So the next price target would be right here. Okay, cool. So look, I would have entered here, you know, when price broke out here at this trend line. Soon as price broke out of that trend line, I would buy immediately. It runs, I take profit here. Yeah, so but yeah, so price breaks out, it runs, I take profit here. But if I got into this trade and immediately price fell back down to 496.7, my stop loss is going to be executed and I'm getting out of that trade. And the reason being is I'm not looking for like no support resistance, like it holding and established support. I don't got time for that. And in a bull flag setup like this, it needs to take place immediately because there are other people watching this setup. That volume and that momentum, everything needs to be there. If you look at this MACD down here, you can see the momentum was there. Well, actually at the time, you know, you don't see it, but this is a, so you had the volume, the momentum continued. And if we saw this trade though, on some, like in reality, if we saw this trade, it would have been on an hour chart or something like that. I would have saw it the day before or something probably, but I'm saying like for me to look at the trade and want to get in it, I'm gonna be looking at it on a shorter time frame. This thing already ran. So to be honest, I don't know where the next price target for Adobe all things being
It's at
equal,
all-time high right now, right?
it's already at all-time highs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting for this to come back, to be honest, unless they beat. Now, the thing is, it ran up already. So quad witching coming up. Hopefully we get a pullback. But the good thing is we got a few new price targets for it now. So we know some new price. We don't need fibs to figure out what the next price targets are, because when this pulls back, look how hard it ran up over the last from that breakout. 1, 2, 3, we'll pull back a little bit here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days straight, it ran up. So I'm expecting price to come back on Adobe at some point. Now, we got to see what the earnings look like, though. If they may beat earnings, they shattered earnings last quarter. So, but that doesn't mean anything for it to have run up this much, man. This is serious. Look at from 496 all the way up to 546. That's a substantial run. So, and the reason I chose Adobe, a lot of people asking me questions about Adobe now. So don't chase Adobe. It already ran up. It had a pre-market run up, and let's wait for it to come back. I'm almost like in put territory for Adobe, but I'm not playing no puts in advance. I need to follow the trend. And right now, or even though I'm gonna look at the weekly for a second. On the weekly, it's bullish. Well, of course it's gonna be bullish, right? But I'm just saying it's bullish. And I'm not saying it's gonna run this week, but they got earnings on Thursday. We're gonna see how it's gonna act. I'm almost guaranteed that it's gonna pull back this week. It's like a guarantee that this is going to pull back this week. So Adobe, in my opinion, is a no-go for right now, unless you're looking at puts or, but again, since we got the price targets on it, if Adobe pulls back here and it holds support, like, look, so Adobe pulls back, hypothetically, Adobe pulls back here to,
I'm looking at that, 525.
yeah, 525. It's a few different ones, but yeah, I like that. I like the 520. Let's say it pulls back to, I hate this, man. It's not working. Let's say it pulls back because it's a few price targets here. It actually has. But let's say I like the 517. We also got the one you just mentioned, and we got the because I include the wicks too. You got to include the wicks too. You got to. And so all these are price targets for Adobe, but we also have to include, because it may just it shot up too quickly. So there's no way this rally is going to just continue like that. It is possible, but what I'm saying is, so if it retraces, right? I mean, if it retraces back to 536 and it actually start holding this, stabilizing here, it's a possibility it can go back to 546, but I don't think it's going to hold this support right here. I'm not even sure it's going to hold the 517, but like Celine was saying, it could possibly go somewhere, who knows? We got to see what it's going to do, right? Before, like you said, 520, yeah, that's where you got it from. There it is. That's actually the most, my bad. Get what I just put right here, y'all. This is right here. This is the most solid price target that it does have to retrace back to, the 525. So yeah, I see this being a strong support too. If it not I can't say strong, but we'll see what if it tests it and it actually holds it. I'm okay with that. I can actually see it coming back here, because if it actually went here and held here, I wouldn't consider it overbought, but it's overbought like shit right now. So it's probably going to retrace back to here. So yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call, Celine. The next one, like out of the ones on the list, on the earnings list, were there any on there that you saw or that you want me to go over, or any thoughts or anything you got an idea on? Or
No, I don't follow any of these companies.
okay, yeah, I'm not really like Kroger, like because Kroger, they had a nice earnings last quarter, and I think Adobe did too. Let me check out Kroger. I'm not really, to be honest though, I'm not really planning earnings this quarter. I mean, I'm waiting for Facebook earnings next month and Netflix earnings at the end of the month. I'm more concerned about those companies. this company also, it had a nice run up, but not really. It's in a channel right now, and it kind of did start. We wanted to break out on Friday, but let's see something. I'm not gonna go too far with this either, but shit is killing me. I'm not drawing this perfectly. It's cool. I'm not even actually, I don't even got to do that because it's so many ways. Like what really happened was this is a channel. Now it's sometimes you, just so y'all know, don't get too caught up into these lines I'm drawing because you got trends on trends on trends. You feel me? There are trends on trends on trends. And there's so many things. I'm seeing bull flags in here. I see 2 bull flags in here. Like there's one here and they could be consolidating to go up and do another one. But the overall, the main trend I'm seeing right here is this. So I wanted to draw those lines, but you know, if I was to break this down and go in here, you know, we do got a bull flag in here, right? That's where price price broke out of here. I ain't got the line, but you know, price broke out of this channel here and it ran, right? Those are important. I play wedges. Like if I would have just drew this without all of this, without the whole trend that I got here, which is important to still have, but I would have just did something like for a second. I would have did this. I would have just drew something like this, right? If I was just drawing like a triangle or something, right? I mean, it wouldn't have been like this, but I would have did a triangle. If it would have broke, and I would have been, it would have been here to here. But the fact that it broke out of this triangle, that's why it ran. You know, those descending triangles, it made this little bull, like this flag. And the reason I'm not going into that, but yeah, so right now this chart, I'm not really sure what it's doing, but what I will say is this, and it already had a breakout, so I'm looking for some sort of a consolidation here, unless I look at the main line here, because I mean, this could have been looked at so many different ways, but most people would have probably looked at it like this. Nah, I think it's cool how it was, to be honest. That's the way the trend is really going, depending on how you're looking at this. And I think it's going to consolidate right here a little bit before it does anything else. So yeah, I'm not really, this is a no trade zone right now for me until I see. Now, if it breaks out of this trend and it starts to hold this trend line, now I don't have my, I do. Okay, so I have my 21 and my 50 here. I don't have my 8 on here, but yeah, I need my 20. Yeah, so this is a no. I don't really see a trade here, to be honest. It's already doing what it's doing. It's probably gonna. This continues to run up. You know, MACD looking bullish on this right now in the daily. I just got to see more to see what this is doing because there's too much stuff going on in here. This already had a breakout. That's why it's looking bullish. You feel me? So I don't really see much on this Kroger chart.
If you look at the monthly, it's been running.
Oh, you know what? See, good thought. Good thought. Let's look at the month.
The monthly look crazy. I think on the monthly, it's gonna go back to 42.
Sheesh.
Zoom out a bit.
You
So
say
you
what on the monthly? What?
Yeah, zoom out a bit.
Hold on. What you say?
I said on the monthly, it looks like it's trying to go back to 42. If you zoom out, you can
It
see.
does. No, it does. I agree. I agree with you on this. I'm glad. See, look, check this out. So what Salim just said, right? I'm looking at the daily. I was like, and I talk about this all the time, but when you can't see something on the time frame you go to a higher time frame. It's like going on a rooftop and looking out, you know, looking at a higher view. And that's what he pretty much just said to do. And now on this monthly, it looks a lot better. And it does look like that's the next price target. They go back up to 42. And it's and this was a nice little trend that it already started going up. So yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah. So that would be actually cool because of that volatility expansion, you know, and I'm looking at this this bullish momentum here. Everything about this shows, and this is what I was looking for in the other chart. this 21, the 21 EMA is going, it just crossed up over the 50 and it's still going up. I didn't see this on the daily. This is exactly what I needed to see. So yeah, good calling that out, Salim. So this is actually so for Kroger, what it would need to be done. So next price target on here is it will wants to go to 42. So let me see if there are any other price targets on the way to 42, and there are. So let's see. We got
Kind of,
40.
kind of sitting at some resistance now.
Sorry, say that again.
I said it's kind of sitting at some resistance now.
Yeah, it really is.
But it's kind of like a heavy consolidation range for it too. That 3.4 to 4.2 kind of area. You look like right before it took that decline, it kind of like consolidated there. So
Uh-huh. So I wonder if yeah, so again, so what I have to see in order for this to be a trade, I think this is going to be a nice trade. But it has to so right now we see where it is. So where it needs to go, we got a few price targets that it got to go to first before it gets back up to where it is. So I can't even call 39. So let's say 40, like some 40, then that 42 before it goes to 43. So a few targets that I would have to see it hold. But I feel like yeah, it's not. And the reason it's so is difficult, and this is so bullish because you see this double bottom here. It ran because of this double bottom here. But yeah, but anyway, yeah, I agree. This looked like it could actually be a nice play depending on what it does. I'm not really it's not something I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna be straight up with y'all. I'm not playing it. But it's on the earnings list. I do want to I'm gonna go somewhere familiar real quick with y'all if y'all don't mind. Because if few plays that I'm actually I'm really bullish on right now. So, and I want to kind of touch on. So I didn't know we was coming here. So we can start with the Facebook monthly really quickly. And Facebook is bullish as hell. Like to be honest, I don't want to start with the monthly. I'm gonna go down to this weekly for a second. Facebook is in a lot of uncharted territory because it broke all-time highs after all-time high last week. And so Facebook is trying to get to 340, but it has to get to 338 and stabilize there first before it's going to go to 340. Without being on this, you can see here, even on the weekly, Facebook is bullish, but we had that crazy pullback on Thursday and Friday. These are my trends for the daily chart. Now I'm just going to stick here for a second. So you can see Facebook has been on this in this channel ascending upward, right? You see it's still bullish. It's holding right above the 21 EMA right now. That's the price range that it's been in. Again, I got the 337 here, but Facebook needs to break and hold 330. It needs to break that 338.6 and hold that for it to really be bullish. You know what I mean? Right now, because it's been consolidating. But I got Facebook breaking it. I got 10 contracts on this play right now. I don't like this. I don't like the way MACD is looking right here. But I'm telling you, on Friday, I don't know if y'all paid attention to the market on Friday. We were like being chopped up on Friday until the last few minutes of the market, and then SPY wanted to take off and things of that sort. So for Facebook, no trades until Facebook breaks above 338 and holds above 338. I'm in some plays because I got in Facebook while it was down at 329 and 330 this week, you know, but I don't got no trades on Facebook until it breaks above 338 and holds above 338. If it doesn't, then no trade. But the contracts that I'm looking at for Facebook is the August 20th call the 340 call, that contract, the last I checked, it was like going for like 1,200, but that thing was like it was like about 2 weeks ago, that contract was going for like 2 grand. Then it went down to like 1,500, down to like 14. I think it's like 12 right now. Facebook has earnings next month, and Facebook is projected to do well for earnings. Now, if quad witching hits the way we expecting quad witching to hit, which is why I don't have that strike right now. I have the August, I have the June 25th straight Facebook contract. I have the 330 and the 335 for June 25th. I got those while Facebook was pulling back. I got us having a nice week next week. So I'm in those plays, but for earnings, for people looking to play earnings, if quad witching give us what we're hoping for, we can get that contract for August 20th. I mean, August 20th to pull back to under $1,000. But then we also got some other plays on there. We got the like some people looking at the 350 strike and stuff like that. I just don't want to, I'm not into those plays right now. If I look at the options chain really quickly, I'm gonna switch over and just show y'all what the market is looking at for Facebook right now. Because it's weird. It's strange, but it's not really too strange. What I'm seeing. Hold on. So yeah, so Facebook, I'm not playing any plays for this week. No weeklies. But look here, so the 340 for the 25th of June. On Friday, we had 2,000 in volume. So a lot of people bought that contract on Friday. But volume can be buying and selling. But I watched the open interest increase. So I think it was more buying than selling. And so we got 1,800 in open interest right here, right? I don't like the way the delta looks here. It's cool because Facebook pulled back, but I need a delta of at least 30 for me to look at it before me even consider buying a contract. For the most part, I need a delta of 330 or at least 30, and that's pushing it 30. So I got this play right here. I got the 335 strike. Now look, on Friday, this play went down by $119 on Friday. It's 320. It's went to 375 to flip the contract, and at 305 in volume and open interest of 1,400, but you got a delta of 40. So what this delta of 40 means is you got a 40% chance of this option contract finishing in the money. So this contract expires on June 25th. It's a 40% chance that Facebook will be above $335 per share at some point before the expiration of this contract. You also got a theta of 20. So for every day that you hold this contract, $20 is going to be deducted from this contract. But now that's just the theta for right now. Theta increases as the time goes on. But as Facebook gets closer to this strike, the theta is going to get lower. And because we got a delta of 40, delta also means how much money you're going to get on that contract for every dollar movement in the stock. So if Facebook closed at $331 per share, if Facebook goes up to $332 a share, you just got an increase of $40 on that contract, on that first dollar, minus the theta, that $20. So you only going to get $20 on the first dollar move that Facebook makes. But after that, it covers that theta, and you won't have to worry about theta no more for the rest of the day. And I didn't want to go into Greeks on this, but this is important because of the next Greek that I'm going to get to that shows you how you're going to make money off this contract. The Vega on here, Vega and implied volatility goes hand in hand. So Facebook has a Vega of $23. This is substantial as hell, y'all, because look, for this contract, you got an implied volatility of 21.3. So if the implied volatility goes up by 1 point, so it goes up to 22.3, you get an extra $23 added to the premium of your contract. So, but volatility don't normally move in 1%. Like sometimes it goes up by 10, 15 or whatever. So if Facebook implied volatility goes up by 10, you just got $230 added to your contract premium. But the same thing, is it goes true on the opposite side. If you were to, if Facebook was to to drop 10 points in implied volatility, then you would get that, you would lose that that same amount in your implied volatility. But right now, I think it's a good time for Facebook because it pulled back, it held. I'll go back to the chart in a second, but I like this contract a lot because it's technically like it's not at the money, but it's almost at the money because Facebook is at 331. It's $4 away from being in the money. So and as the contract get, once Facebook is in the money, once this 335 strike is in the money, you will get $1 for, you will get $100 for every dollar movement the stock makes up. So once Facebook gets to $335 a share, and you got this contract, if Facebook goes up to 330, from 335 up to 338, you got $300 added to the your contract premium. It may not show that by just the delta alone when it get up there, but everything else is going to calculate to that. Your implied volatility and everything else is going to make you get $100 or more for every dollar movement in the stock, because sometimes you never really see this, but if you look at these contracts as deep in the money, you see the delta all the way up to $1. You never really see that. So that means, you know, everything else is zero though. You see the theta is zero, the vega is zero. So you definitely just getting $1. So that's why I'm telling you, when everything else is calculated up, it always equal to $1 that you're going to get. And you love when your contract move dollar for dollar for the stock, because if Facebook make a crazy move like it did last earnings and you got like 10 contracts like I got, and Facebook just moved $10, one contract gonna give me $1,000 and I got 10 of them. You get what I'm saying? So, and I bought it while it was on sale. Facebook does not, this is not, this contract price, man, a week ago, this contract was going for like $700. Come on now. This one contract is down to $375 and it dropped $1.19 on Friday. So yeah, and again, I know I should just work for the damn company the way I'm pimping their stock, but nah, but I'm gonna tell you, this stock won't pay you because, and just one other thing real quick before I move on, Facebook got the AR and the AR and VR stuff that they're trying to do right now. Facebook just bought a gaming company. They just bought a company, and they actually Mark Zuckerberg, he's trying to fit a computer into some glasses. So he's trying to take that argumentative reality and virtual reality to the next level. So the way we on Facebook and we doing all this other stuff, he's trying to have some glasses where we can do everything we need to do with some glasses on. Like if we want to watch something, we can do it. If we want to look up our phone, like how you got those Apple watches that people like, he's trying to have it on your ears, on your eyes. And Mark Zuckerberg going to do it because they got so much free cash flow. They have minimal debt. They don't owe anybody nothing. Facebook got the money to buy anything that they want to buy, and they don't pay us a dividend. We don't, shareholders, we don't get a dividend. So they're not paying that money to us. They putting it back into the company. And I got Facebook increasing like for several years to come. That Apple thing, like I know all of y'all, if y'all updated your iPhone to the new version of the new incremental the hot fix that they released, the dot whatever patch that they gave you, that they released, it asks you every time you open any app now if you want to opt in to allowing them to monitor certain data for ads. Most people going to opt in because they're going to see if they don't opt in, they're not going to be able to, certain stuff that we got used to that we complain about not going to happen anymore. You know, so if I go searching for a bed on Amazon, it's not going to show up on Facebook now. If I go searching for, you know what I mean? Like that's what will happen. And so, but anyway, back to this. So Facebook, people were thinking that that's going to affect Facebook in the long term, not next earnings. That's based off the last quarter that we're currently in too. So, and we got a lot going on with Facebook right now. They also just now activated a feature where you can pay through QR codes now. So if I sent you a QR code, you can pay me through a QR code if you on Facebook now, like if you got running ads or just want to sell stuff on Facebook. So they're doing a lot of stuff to increase the platform. And so I got their next earnings being very substantial. I think the market's going to undervalue their earnings and downplay it like they always do. And Facebook going to shatter their earnings and the stock going to shoot through the stratosphere, right? So right now, during this week of quad witching, this is a time. I'm gonna move down to this one chart real quick. One earnings, a contract. The one that I was telling you about, August 20th. Look at this right here. It pops out immediately because it got the most open interest and well, not the most volume, but the most volume. The most open interest here is for the 340 one that I was telling you about. It's $12.95. It went down $92 on Friday, but this contract was $2,000 a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, probably like a week and some change ago. And it's 8,000 in open interest in here. I didn't buy it yet because I'm waiting for quiet witching because I want a few of them. And I just feel like I can get it for a lot cheaper. But this is the one. This is after earnings. Facebook earnings are, hold on. Yeah, the earnings are July 28th. So we got earnings July 28th. I'm waiting for earnings. And this play right here, if you like, forget being in all of these other plays and just trying to get some quick money real quick. If you really want to print and you got some money put aside, wait till this contract drop quad witching. If it don't drop quad witching, I don't know what's going to happen because, I believe that the stock is going to pull back at some point before earnings anyway, so, but yeah, this is a great contract, man. Look at open interest, 8K in open interest on this play. Now in this contract right here, the 350, it got a lot of volume in it on Friday, 1,200 in volume. It's just, this contract is the one, man. This is, if Facebook stock was to pull back and we run through some troubles, I feel like at the end of the day, this contract is going to be safe. Because of what happened last earnings, it ran up at the last minute, but I was afraid for anybody that was in a 325 and above strike. I had 310s, 315s. I was a little shaky about my 315. You know what I'm talking about, Salim. You feel me? So, but I feel like, yeah, so that's a substantial contract right there, y'all. I got that thing printing. So like I told y'all, if Facebook goes into the money, if Facebook goes to 338 on, this week, and it goes to 340, this contract is going to be in the money already before earnings. Facebook go up another $10 because once Facebook crossed 340, it's done. It's going to 350. It's going to 350. So that means you got this contract now with a delta that's going to be it's going to be much higher. I'm saying, like, this contract just going to print. And I'm going to give you one example real quick. Look at this. Look at 10, if 335, look at the 320. The 320 strike contract is now worth $2,300. A few weeks ago, man, that was not the case. The 325 is worth $2,000. If you go down $10, like from 330 down $10 to 320, but I'm saying, like, move down a little bit. You got $3,000 for this. Like, these contracts going to increase in value. And you just got to be ready to play those contracts and hold those contracts, man, for a little while, a few days or a few weeks. Not forget that printing every day, because that printing every day increases your chances of losing money every day. Ask a person that, look, I was telling one of my colleagues yesterday, or not colleagues, one of my clients, that I'm in $7,000 worth of contracts, too many contracts to be in right now. And they not just Facebook. It's other contracts that I got into last week. I got some of them printing, but I can't watch them all. So I'm hoping they all don't take off at the same time. So yeah, but anyway, that's enough about Facebook, y'all. I just wanted to go over that real quick because it's too substantial for me not to mention it. And we gotta be in these plays, man. We gotta be on these plays. Are there any stocks or any companies that anybody's that are wondering about or need to know about or got any questions about that I can help with, or that I can chart real quick or give y'all some price targets on?
Can you go over that TD you had announced on Friday?
Sure. I mean, there isn't much to go over on it that I didn't touch on, but is expected to drop. It was up to, I was looking up because of volatility expansion. You know what I mean? It was here. Like, this thing is inside, like it didn't, hold on a second. Oops, wrong thing to use.
Yeah, the Bollinger Bands on that joint pretty tight. So it's,
yeah, I don't even got Bollinger Bands on here. Let me pull it up actually. Hold on. Bring them on here just so we could real quick. See what that look like. All right, cool. Indicators. Yeah, it is. This thing is so, and you see, right? This is my thing right here. Only James is tight. Like if for a breakout to the upside, you know what I mean? I would like when the Bollinger Bands like this, I'll be looking for a nice breakup to the upside. But let me tell you this, so y'all know. And Asia, just I know you on your your chart stuff now. So this is a good thing. I'm glad you mentioned this. So check this out. These Bollinger Bands are tight. So we got a compression right here, right? But you see my the price is below my 21 and my 50-day EMA right here. Price is also below I mean my 9 and my 21 is below that. You know, the 50 is down here. It already started it broke below that lower Bollinger Band, but it got sucked back up a little bit. The MACD is going down. The volume right here is showing you that it's all selling volume here. It's falling off a cliff, and because of volatility expansion, I'm looking at it right here, like or broadening formation right here. All of this is inside of this bearish candle right here. Price didn't break above this candle, so there's no life here. This thing is going to fall off a cliff, and then with quad witching, this is a bank, you know. So a lot of banks are actually they're afraid of not just quad witching, but everything with inflation and interest rates and stuff like that. Although the Fed said he wasn't going to leave things unchanged and all of that, but I just got this bank falling off a cliff this week. I'm almost, I can't say I'm certain, but I'm pretty bullish on this play because I got it falling off a cliff. What you think? What you got happening, Salim, based on what you see? I don't know if you got in this play on Friday or not.
I got into the play because I looked at it. I was like, all right, everything looked like it was kind of falling off, and then it looked ready to make a big movement in either direction. So I got it going down, just like.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like inside, like for example, this two down, you know, and then this oh, that's not even a two down, my bad. This is an inside. All of this is inside. Like it didn't even, and then the first bar the first break. This is a two down right here because it broke like, because for example, when I say 1, 2s, and 3s, just real quick, I'm not gonna go over this, but this candle would be a 3 because it's higher than the top and the high and the low of the previous candle. So this is a 3. This candle right here is a 1 because it's inside. It's not higher than the top or the bottom of the last candle. This next candle is a 2 up because it's higher than the top of the last candle. This one right here would be I guess a 2 up because, but then this is a 2 down. But the whole point is like this main candle right here, this is the broadening formation that we have. And the first candle of that went in some direction that was not swallowed up by this big candle right here, this 3. The first candle that came outside of this candle was this candle right here, and it was to the downside, a 2 down. That's just like even more confirmation for me right there. And then it broke out to the bottom of that Bollinger Band too. This thing is about to drop off a cliff. And then we got quad witching too. So everything just like, yeah. So I'm pretty solid on that play. Remember MVST, the play from a few weeks ago to put? It had the same exact setup, and that thing fell off a cliff. So just be ready for this to fall off a cliff unless something crazy happens. Even if you see a little uptrend on Monday, don't get shaken out of it. Look at the daily chart, and if as long as it's inside of this candle to the upside, don't worry about it. If it breaks above this candle right here, then we have a problem. You know, so but my thing is this: I don't care what the setup is. I'm not letting myself lose more than a certain amount that I have set. So I don't care who called out the play, what the setup is. You have to have a comfortable amount of money that you're comfortable with going down on a play. So if it's 15% and you know this play may be successful, but if you go down 15% and you're uncomfortable, that's your stop loss, your risk management. Then get out of the play. Don't say, well, A said, well, let's go and do this. Don't wait till your play go to 0 and then ask me questions. You still have to have your own parameters. I'm an idiot at times. Like, you know, I told you I'm like $7,000 in plays right now. So if it goes down $500 on me, I may not care. You know what I'm saying? That may be all. You may only have $100 in the play, so you don't want to go down. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to just do what I do sometimes. Sometimes I'm an idiot. You can learn from an idiot. You know, don't be an idiot like me. Yeah. So, but yeah, like this is a solid setup. I love this play. I wouldn't. I'm even more bullish on it now that that you asked about it, Asia. But I'm saying like again, price. I'm safe in this play to me as long as price don't go above here, and I don't think it will. But I'm saying if you start to see some reversal and it takes you so far out of your own price range, then you have to get out of the play on your own.
Okay.
Yeah. So any other charts or any other questions? Nobody? Cool. All right. Well, I'll see you all tomorrow. That's all I really wanted to go over. Just like, you know, touch on some charts. Just for new people who watch this video, you know, if y'all got some charts or just some stocks y'all are interested in that you don't know anything about, or you just want to just know what I think the next price targets are, or what it could possibly do if there's a setup or something, just let me know. Bring them to these calls and we'll go over them. We'll just post them in the chat and we can talk about them from there. Happy Sunday. Y'all have a nice, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thanks, Juan.
No problem.
All right,
Peace.
Peace out.